The theme is Mother, and I'm just going to start. And if anyone wants to look for us, we are on Facebook. Holy Mary, Mother of God, Jesus Christ, Mary and Joseph, as my mother used to say when she really wanted to say fucking hell. But she couldn't say fucking hell because she was Catholic, and fucking hell would have landed her there. Or at least that's what she believed. And it's okay with me as long as I don't also have to believe it. And I can say fucking hell as much as I damn please.
Meeting a friend's coworker, I was asked, "What do you do?" Before I could respond, said friend replied for me, "Oh, she's just a mom," enthusiastically. Just. A family friend told me it's common in Lebanon that a woman be referred to as the mother of her firstborn son. I'm Odin's mom. I used to be Paula.
This piece is called Passover the Musical. It is a 3-act play in just under 850 words. Act 1. Curtain up on Huntington Lake's mom's condo in Delray Beach, Florida. Passover morning. Even though mother is 75 years old, still working for a living, and has an 86-year-old not quite with it second husband, Aunt has no qualms about asking Mom to prepare 9 traditional Passover holiday dishes. Never mind that Mom has a bad back, one good arm, a bum leg, and difficulty breathing, smoking. She applies a few coats of parrot green eyeshadow and agrees. Aunt, who has a state-of-the-art kitchen, grown children, boy and girl cousin, and uncle to assist, complain about, still asks Mom to cook. It's Passover. Might as well slave over a hot stove, right?
My grandmother and I play cards. Our game is casino. I learned to add numbers. She tells me stories about my grandfather, about the way they left Lithuania and Russia, where they lived in danger.
The first time I stayed home by myself, I freaked out. I think I was in the 3rd grade. Both of my parents run their own businesses, so their jobs generally take them away from home in the afternoons and evenings. My mom has a dance studio that's about an hour away from our house, and she teaches classes at night. My dad has a shop that's only 10 minutes away, so he was nearby and could check in on me. My younger brother was probably just a baby at the time, so he went to a babysitter. But I was a big girl now. I didn't need a babysitter. I could take the first step to becoming an adult, staying home alone.
The first time we see our daughter's face, it is on a computer screen. A click on the file emailed by our agency and the face unrolls like a scroll. Starting from the top, with a vertical tuft of hair like a radio tower, the awesome visage materializes. Massive forehead, arched eyebrows, small but penetrative eyes. Larger than life, these fill the screen. We maneuver the middle half of her face into the frame and are met with a look of cold command worthy of the Empress Dowager herself. Command, intelligence, seriousness of purpose, even wisdom. Admirable traits all, but not ones we look for in a baby. So, what is it that makes us feel she is the child the gods have destined for us, as surely as if we coupled on the carpet of heaven?
Mary Elizabeth Carter would grow up in Nashville, Tennessee with a genius for numbers. She would major in mathematics at Duke University, so advanced they had to create new courses for her. After graduating, she would leave the South and move to New York City, where she would work as a secretary. One day, she would see a billboard on a passing bus advertising flying lessons. She would sign up, but never get past the ground course because the war broke out. She would correct the instructor on an equation he wrote on the blackboard, and he would tell her they were looking for smart women to assist the engineers at Sperry Gyroscope Company on Long Island. There she would meet my father, a PhD in physics and a violin player. She would marry him on Easter Sunday, not wearing a white gown, but a navy blue suit from Lord & Taylor's. This is the jacket that she wore that time. She would give birth to me, her first daughter, in October of 1949, telling me many times throughout my life how beautiful the numerical symmetry of my birth date was. 10, 17, 49, she would say with a big smile. 10 from 17 is 7, and the square of 7 is 49. She would name me Elizabeth, giving me her middle name. And I would carry forth the vibration of her naming story, completing it by playing it out in my life when I moved from New York City to a country hamlet across the river from a town with a biblical name. Interestingly, her father, who I never knew, wrote a book about St. Paul, who had an epiphany and changed his name from Saul to Paul on the road to Damascus, the same road that Joe and I had walked. Then I would end up changing my name, something I had never planned on doing, based on a system of numbers, numerology. She would be upset at first, but eventually my mother would understand, telling me she'd secretly always wished her name had been Dorothy. My cousins would later tell me of a sibling, a little girl named Dorothy, who died before my mother was born. Dorothy only lived a few months. My mother would live a very long life.